You can't ignore this anymore. Archangel Michael says the message you avoided is calling you again. My beloved child, what if I told you that something ancient and divine has been trying to reach you again and again, but you've been too distracted to notice? Yes, you. This isn't coincidence. This is Archangel Michael's message echoing through your ignored dreams, your restless nights, and those unexplained chills that come and go like whispers of truth. The moment you clicked on this, the frequency shifted, the divine realm saw you pause, and that pause was enough for the message to reawaken. Archangel Michael had been patient, watching, waiting for you to finally listen. And now you can't ignore it anymore. Your signs aren't there. The numbers repeating in your path. 11 11 444 33. The sudden spark of intuition you brushed off. The feather on your doorstep. The flickering light in your room when no wind was there. Those weren't random. They were echoes of a message that's been looping through your soul like a sacred alarm clock. Archangel Michael's voice doesn't thunder. It vibrates. It enters through the silence between your thoughts. And if you listen closely, you'll realize it's not new. You've heard it before. Maybe in a dream where you saw a glowing figure with blue light, or in that one moment of despair when you felt warmth instead of fear. That was him. Please call it again, logger. Time, because time is slipping and your purpose, your divine contract is ready to be awakened. You've been delaying it perhaps out of fear, confusion, or disbelief. But Michael's message isn't a request anymore. It's a recall. You were chosen to rise, to protect, to guide others who are lost, just like you once were. Imagine for a moment a sword of light being handed to you. Invisible but powerful as what's happening right now. You are being armed with truth. The kind of truth that shakes illusions and clears the fog around your life. But before that truth reveals itself completely, Michael needs your attention. All of it. Close your eyes for a second. Feel that slight tingling near your shoulders. That's not just your imagination. That's Archangel Michael aligning your energy, trying to lift the weight you've been carrying. Guilt, fear, self-doubt. He's been there through every fall, every heartbreak, every silent tear. He never left. This message is not for the curious. It's for the called. Because when Michael speaks, he doesn't choose lightly. He chooses warriors of light, those who have suffered enough to understand the value of compassion and who are brave enough to stand again when the world tells them to bow. You may think you're ordinary, but Archangel Michael doesn't see you that way. He sees your potential, your courage hidden beneath hesitation, your spirit ready to ignite. And this message, the one you avoided, carries the exact key you need to unlock that power. He says, the moment you stop running from your truth, your miracles will begin. So will you, listen now? Because from this point forward, every sign, every whisper, every sudden moment of déjà vu will be his reminder. The universe saying, wake up. This is the beginning of something that will completely transform how you see yourself and your destiny. The signs are aligning and the truth is unfolding faster than you realize. Something enormous is coming, and it begins with your choice to hear this message fully. Say till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child, do you remember the day you first felt that strange pull inside your chest? The quiet ache that never went away. No matter how busy life became. That was not just emotion. That was remembrance. A sacred echo from a promise you once made long before you were born. Archangel Michael has been waiting for you to recall it. And the message you avoided carries the key to unlock that memory. You once vowed to bring light to a place that had forgotten how to see. You promised to be the one who would remind others that even in chaos, love still breathes. But somewhere along your journey, the noise of the world drowned the voice of your purpose. You began to believe that the small coincidences around you were meaningless. The feathers, the glowing warmth during prayer, the soft whispers in the dark. Yet all of those were reminders from Michael. Small nudges to steer you back to the sacred road you left behind. He says, "Now, my warrior, the time of waiting has ended. You've been through pain, heartbreak, betrayal, and loss not as punishment, but as purification. Each wound carved your strength deeper, shaping you into the vessel capable of carrying divine light. Every sleepless night you thought was wasted was actually a preparation for this awakening. You are not broken. You are being rebuilt. Can you feel that sudden stillness right now? The air thickens slightly like something holy has entered the room. That is Archangel Michael's energy surrounding you. Calm but powerful, protective yet commanding. He is asking you to stop doubting your worth. To see yourself the way he sees you. As a warrior of faith wrapped in human form. Every moment you felt alone. You weren't. The presence that kept you from falling further. The thought that whispered just one more day. That was him holding you unseen. You can't ignore this anymore because divine timing doesn't wait forever. The gates that are opening now are rare moments when the energy of heaven aligns with the earth's frequency. If you miss this alignment, the weight of confusion may return stronger. That's why you're hearing this message again. It is not coincidence that it reached you today, not yesterday or next week. Michael chose this moment because your spirit is finally ready to listen. He is showing you flashes of truth, faces of people you've lost, situations that hurt you deeply, memories that still burn. Look closer. They all share one thing. Each one taught you a lesson about strength, forgiveness, and letting go. You didn't go through all of that for nothing. You were being refined so that when this call came again, you would recognize its power instead of fearing it. And now, Archangel Michael's voice reaches through the veil again, saying, "You are the bridge between heaven and earth. The world needs your light more than ever before." These words may sound heavy, but they are filled with grace. He's not asking you to become perfect. He's asking you to become present, to act, to believe, and to stop pretending you don't hear the call that's been echoing through your life. Think about the times you almost gave up. The nights you sat in silence, wishing for a sign that life still had meaning. Those weren't random moments of despair. They were spiritual checkpoints. Moments where Michael leaned close and whispered, "Hold on. Your story isn't over. You survived because you were meant to. And now that survival is transforming into purpose. You may wonder why Michael has chosen you out of billions. It's because your soul carries a frequency that resonates with his. You carry truth in your heart. Truth that can awaken others who are still lost in illusion. The message you once avoided was never meant to scare you. It was meant to awaken the power you forgot you had. You are stronger than you realize. And the very energy you think is breaking you is actually shaping you into something extraordinary. There's something else he wants you to know. Not everyone will understand your awakening. Some will mock it, others will fear it, but remember, Archangel Michael's path has always been one of courage. He doesn't send his warriors into comfort. He sends them into purpose. You were never meant to fit into the noise of the ordinary world. You were meant to rise above it, to remind it that light never loses to darkness. So when you start noticing more signs, the psalms that play at just the right moment, the flicker of light, when you speak truth, the chill across your skin when you pray, don't dismiss them. That's how heaven speaks to the awakened. Archangel Michael is guiding you to step into alignment, to shed fear, and to finally accept the divine protection surrounding you. Every time you doubt, remember, faith isn't about seeing the full path. Size, it's about taking the first step and trusting that the rest will appear. Before we move forward, take a breath. Feel that subtle vibration in your chest. That's your heart syncing with Michael's frequency. A silent agreement that you're ready to walk the path you once turned away from. He smiles upon you now, not with words, but with energy that fills the room like sunlight breaking through fog. He is saying, "Rise, beloved. You are remembered. You are chosen and you are ready." If these words stir something inside you, it's because the truth within them was already yours. This is your moment to reclaim it. Let the fear dissolve. Let your doubts burn away. The message you avoided is now the message that will redefine your life. And as you take in these words, do one more thing. Share them. Someone else out there is fighting the same silence you once faced. Someone else needs to hear that they are not alone. Share, comment, and subscribe if you feel this energy moving through you, because every act of connection spreads light further into the world. The energy is building, and Archangel Michael's next revelation will uncover the real reason this message found you. Now stay till the end. Something divine is unfolding just for you. My beloved child, there is a moment that every soul encounters, the quiet between thoughts. The space where time seems to stop. In that silence, most people hear nothing. But those who are awake, those who are chosen, hear a voice. That voice is not imagination. It is the divine whisper that has been calling you since before you could even understand its language. Archangel Michael's presence grows stronger in silence, because only then can your soul truly listen. The noise of the world keeps drowning the sacred frequency. But tonight that silence is speaking again, and it's speaking to you. When you close your eyes and the world fades into shadows, notice how your heart begins to pulse differently. There's a rhythm that feels both ancient and familiar, like the heartbeat of creation itself. It's not random. It's a reminder of the divine link between your soul and Archangel Michael's energy. You are not just a being walking the earth. You are a fragment of heaven disguised in human form. Every time you breathe, you echo eternity. Every time you feel love or compassion, you vibrate at the frequency of the angels. Michael wants you to remember that your sensitivity, your empathy, your deep emotions, they are not weaknesses. They are signals of your divine connection. You felt disconnected lately, haven't you? The world's heaviness, the chaos in society, the uncertainty of tomorrow, all of it has pressed against your spirit like a weight you can't shake off. You've tried to fill that emptiness with distractions, scrolling endlessly, chasing validation, pretending you're okay. But deep inside, there's always been that hollow space that nothing could fill. That's because what you were truly searching for wasn't out there. It was this. This exact moment. This divine recall. Archangel Michael is reaching into that hollow now. Not to fill it, but to ignite it. Because that emptiness was never a curse. It was a sacred chamber waiting to be lit by his flame. You see, silence is not absence. Silence is presence without noise. It is, in that stillness that Michael's energy vibrates strongest. And when he speaks, it's not always through words. Sometimes it's through the sudden urge to forgive someone, or the decision to finally walk away from what's toxic. Sometimes it's through a dream that feels too vivid to be random. Where a figure in blue light stands at a doorway waiting for you to step through. That's not your imagination. That's the archangel showing you your next step. Many people expect divine messages to come with thunder. But Archangel Michael often arrives as a whisper that changes everything. His guidance may appear as a stranger's kind words, a song lyric that resonates too deeply, or a sense of calm right when everything is falling apart. When those moments happen, don't question them. Accept them. That's how heaven communicates. Not with spectacle, but with synchronicity. Here's something Michael wants you to understand. Now, the real reason his message keeps returning. You've been avoiding a decision that could change everything. Deep down, you know what it is. You've been postponing it, convincing yourself that the time isn't right, that you're not ready. That maybe the universe will decide for you. But Michael says, the time is now. You've been standing at the edge of transformation, holding on to fear like it's protection. But fear isn't protecting you. It's aiming you. Archangel Michael's energy is a blade of truth. When it enters your life, it cuts away illusions. The lies you tell yourself to stay comfortable. The beliefs that keep you small, the guilt that chains your wings. This sword is not for destruction. It's for liberation. The pain you feel when things fall apart is not punishment. It's divine surgery. The universe removes what no longer serves your purpose so your light can expand. That's why your plans collapsed. Why people left. Why doors closed. Not because you failed, but because your destiny required a new direction. Imagine yourself standing in a dark room. There's only one candle barely flickering. That candle is your faith. Michael's presence doesn't replace your candle. It multiplies it. Suddenly, your single flame becomes hundreds, lighting up the space around you. Every fear that once hid in shadow is now exposed. And you see they were never monsters. They were parts of you waiting to be healed. That's what happens when divine light enters. It doesn't erase the dark. It transforms it into wisdom. You've been hearing the same message over and over because your soul already knows what it needs to do. You've just been waiting for permission. This is that permission. You are allowed to release. You are allowed to forgive. You are allowed to start over. You are allowed to believe again. You are allowed to live without the fear of losing everything because what's meant for you cannot be lost. Archangel Michael's energy wraps around you like a celestial armor. How every doubt that whispers you can't is silenced by the truth that you already are. You are protected. You are guided. You are seen. And no matter how heavy your past feels, it's no longer your burden to carry alone. Michael has placed his wings over your shoulders, taking half of that weight with him. If you've ever wondered why you keep surviving storms that should have destroyed you, it's because divine protection has been with you all along. Every setback, every heartbreak, every lonely night, those were not signs of abandonment. They were training. You were being shaped into someone who could stand in light and not be blinded by it. And now as you listen, the energy around you begins to shift again. You might feel warmth spreading across your chest or a sudden chill that feels electric. That's confirmation. That's Michael's way of saying, I am here. His presence doesn't demand belief. It proves it. This journey you're on isn't ending. It's expanding. You're stepping into the version of yourself that your soul has been waiting to meet. Everything that was lost will make sense soon. Every unanswered question will align in divine timing. You are not late. You are right on schedule. Stay till the end. The revelation that comes next will open your eyes to something far greater than you ever imagined. My beloved child, when the truth begins to rise, the world around you starts to tremble. The walls you once believed were real begin to crack and the light starts to pour in through every fracture. That trembling, that chaos, that confusion. It isn't destruction. It's revelation. Archangel Michael is removing the layers you built around yourself. The illusions that have kept you small. You thought you were falling apart, but in reality, you were breaking open. You see, every illusion serves a purpose for a time. It shields you until you're strong enough to face truth. But there comes a moment, a divine deadline, when that shield turns into a prison. Michael's message is the key that unlocks that prison door. He doesn't come to comfort you with soft words. He comes to free you with truth. And truth, my child, is not always gentle. Sometimes it shakes you to your core. But what rises after the shaking is always stronger, purer, and unshakable. Think about the patterns that have repeated in your life. The same kind of heartbreaks, the same disappointments, the same fears wearing different faces. Those weren't coincidences. They were loops. You kept walking through the same doorway because the lesson behind it remained unlearned. And now Archangel Michael is standing at that same doorway again, asking you to see differently. He says, this time, do not run, to face it. For when you face truth, the illusion loses its power. The world teaches you to fear pain, but Michael teaches you to honor it. Because pain is not your enemy. It's your greatest teacher. Every tear has carved wisdom into your spirit. Every fall has written strength into your bones. You've been tested not to break but to awaken. The truth is the universe never wanted to hurt you. It only wanted to show you who you really are. And who you are is far greater than you've ever allowed yourself to believe. You are not just a person trying to survive. You are a divine spark wrapped in human experience. The anxiety you feel before change. The uncertainty that makes you doubt. The chaos that surrounds you right before something beautiful happens. All of that is divine rearrangement. The energy of your life is being recalibrated to match your higher frequency. Michael's sword of light is clearing everything that doesn't belong in your new path. But here's the truth. You've been avoiding. You've been holding on to things you grew a long time ago. Old relationships, old fears, old versions of yourself that can no longer walk with you into this next chapter. You kept them because they felt familiar. And familiarity feels safe. But Michael says comfort is not your calling. Truth is, you cannot ascend while dragging your old pain behind you. You must release it. You must trust that letting go will not empty you. It will free you. There's a reason Archangel Michael is the warrior among angels. His strength isn't just for battle. It's for guidance. When he enters your life, it's because something within you is ready to rise to claim power, peace, and divine purpose. He doesn't choose the already strong. He chooses those who have been broken and are ready to rebuild with light. So, if you felt weak lately, understand this. That weakness is the proof that you've been chosen for transformation. Right now, there's a wave of divine energy surrounding you. You may feel goosebumps, warmth in your spine, or the sudden urge to cry, not from sadness, but from release. That's Michael cleansing your energy field. He's removing attachments, doubts, and fears that were never truly yours. He's whispering to your spirit, you are free. You have always been free. You just forgot. And now you remember. You've noticed how lately certain people have drifted away. Conversations have ended without closure. And opportunities you thought were meant for you have vanished. That's not loss. That's protection. Michael removes what isn't aligned with your destiny so you don't stay trapped in stories that no longer serve you. Every rejection is a redirection. Every ending is the prelude to a miracle. He wants you to stop chasing validation from those who cannot see your light. Some people can't love you correctly because your energy reminds them of the truth they are avoiding. They'll misunderstand you, label you, even doubt you. But do not shrink. Do not dim your light for the comfort of those who fear brightness. Archangel Michael says, when you shine, you do not compete, you awaken. And that awakening is contagious. Every time you speak truth, someone else remembers theirs. That's how divine energy multiplies. This message that keeps calling you isn't just for you. It's meant to ripple through you into others. You're being prepared to become a vessel, a messenger of hope, a beacon for those still trapped in illusion. And the more you resist your calling, the louder the universe will echo it. That's why signs follow you everywhere. The same song repeating, the same words appearing, the same symbols crossing your path. They're all saying the same thing. Listen now, my beloved. It's time to make a choice. Will you continue, pretending not to hear, or will you step fully into your truth? Because once you say yes, everything will begin to align. The right people will appear. The right doors will open. The right opportunities will find you effortlessly. But that alignment only begins when you commit to your purpose without fear. Michael's presence right now is your confirmation that it's safe to move forward. Before you take that next step, pause for a moment and breathe deeply. Feel that calm energy filling your lungs. That's divine reassurance. You are protected. You are not alone. Every challenge you face from this point on will come with guidance. Every doubt will meet clarity. You only need to stay awake. Stay brave and stay connected. If these words find a home in your heart, don't let them stay here silently. Share this like. There is someone out there who needs to be reminded that they are not forgotten. Sighs, comment your truth. Share this energy. Subscribe to the message because each act of connection strengthens the web of light across this world. You are part of something vast and sacred. You are helping heaven touch earth. Keep your heart open for the next revelation from Archangel Michael will uncover a hidden truth about your destiny that even your soul has been waiting to remember. Something extraordinary is on its way and it carries your name. Stay till the end. What comes next will change how you see everything. My beloved child, when the soul begins to awaken, life itself starts to burn. But this fire isn't meant to destroy you. It's meant to purify you. Everything that was false begins to fall away. And everything that was hidden starts to rise. Archangel Michael's light doesn't come gently. It comes as fire, fierce yet sacred, burning through the illusions you once believed were your identity. You may feel like you're losing control, like the life you knew is slipping through your fingers, but what's really happening is rebirth. You're not losing yourself. You're meeting your true self, for the first time. You've been taught to fear endings, but Michael whispers, endings are not death. They are resurrection. Every closed door, every relationship that faded, every dream that shattered, none of it was punishment. It was in a you cannot rise if you are still chained to what was the universe under Michael's command has been removing the weight you didn't realize you were carrying. He's been clearing space within your soul so that something new, something divine can take root. There's a sacred heat moving through you right now. It's not anger or confusion, though it might feel like both. It's transformation. The same way gold is purified by fire, your spirit is being refined. Every challenge, every storm, every tear is a flame in the divine furnace shaping your purpose. You may not understand why certain people betrayed you or why situations collapsed just when you started to hope again, but Archangel Michael sees beyond your timeline. He knows what needed to end so your truth could begin. He says to you now, you have survived what was meant to silence you. That means you have already won. Every time you thought you couldn't make it, yet still found strength to breathe. You were aligning with your divine essence. That resilience wasn't random. It was Michael's sword cutting through despair, guiding you forward when you could no longer see the path. The moments that nearly broke you were actually the moments when heaven leaned closest. You've always felt that your emotions run deeper than most. You feel pain intensely. You love fiercely and you forgive even when it hurts. That depth is not a flaw. It's your divine signature. Archangel Michael reminds you that your empathy is a weapon of light. The world needs more hearts like yours, unafraid to feel. Unafraid to care, unafraid to heal. Your sensitivity is not weakness. It's a superpower. When you allow yourself to feel fully, you open the door for divine energy to flow freely through you. The fire of transformation doesn't just burn away pain. It also ignites purpose. You might be noticing sudden inspiration, creative bursts, or visions that feel too powerful to ignore. That's your higher self awakening. Michael is showing you glimpses of the life you were meant to live. One filled with alignment, clarity, and divine guidance. But to step into that, you must trust your intuition more than ever before. The small voice inside you that says there's something more is not fantasy, is prophecy. And yet, this transformation can feel lonely. You may notice that the more you evolve, the fewer people seem to understand you. That's because you're outgrowing frequencies that no longer resonate with your light. Don't chase what's leaving. Don't beg to be understood. Every soul has its own timing, and some are not meant to walk with you into this next chapter. You are being elevated, and elevation often requires isolation. But remember, solitude is not loneliness, is preparation. When you feel the ache of separation, close your eyes and call upon Archangel Michael. Visualize his golden blue wings wrapping around you, a shield of divine warmth and protection. He whispers, "You are never alone. For the moment you call, I am already there." That's the truth you must hold. Heaven has never been distant. It has always been within you, waiting for recognition. Michael's message becomes clear now. You cannot be both who you were and who you are becoming, the in-between stage, where the old no longer fits, but the new hasn't fully arrived, is where faith is tested most. Awaiting the uncertainty, the silence, all of it is sacred. The universe is rearranging itself to match your vibration. Don't mistake the pause for the end. The pause is where the miracle gathers strength. You might notice how lately time feels different. Days blur, memories reserve as dreams feel vivid. That's because you're stepping between dimensions of consciousness. Michael is lifting you out of linear time and showing you glimpses of eternal truth. A day of who you feel. It's not coincidence. It's remembrance. A sign that your soul recognizes this path because it has walked it before. You're returning to your original power, your agent purpose. Archangel Michael stands beside you now. His presence calm yet immense. He places a radiant sword of light into your hands. Not a weapon to fight others, but a symbol of discernment. He glows with a truth that can no longer be ignored. Every time you face confusion, imagine raising that sword. Its energy will cut through the fog of doubt and reveal clarity. Because when you walk in alignment with divine will, confusion cannot survive. Michael's voice echoes within you. You are not here to live a small life. You are here to embody light so fully that even darkness remembers it once was part of the divine. The fire within you is not random. It's holy. Is your calling waking up? The message you avoided has found you again because the universe refuses to let you forget who you are meant to be. Everything that once felt like chaos is actually guidance in disguise. The people who challenged you were mirrors. The losses that hurt you were lessons. The detours that confused you were redirections toward destiny. Now, as this realization settles, feel how your energy shifts. Your breath deepens, your shoulders relax, and your heart begins to glow with a strange calm. It's your soul remembering you were never lost. You were only learning how to see. And now that you see, you must act. Speak light wherever there is fear. Choose love where there is division. Stand in truth even when silence feels safer. That is how you honor this transformation. That is how you serve Archangel Michael's mission. By becoming the embodiment of courage in a world that's forgotten what faith feels like. Something extraordinary is unfolding within you. My beloved child. You are the storm and the calm that follows. You are the fire and the light that rises from it. Archangel Michael is preparing you for your next ascension. And soon you'll understand why everything had to happen exactly as it did. Don't skip. The next revelation will open the gates to the divine purpose you've been waiting your whole life to remember. My beloved child, the fire has done its work. The illusions have burned, and from the ashes, something sacred begins to rise. What you feel now is not exhaustion. It's renewal. The quiet after the storm. The stillness after the fire is not emptiness, but creation in motion. The divine realm watches as you stand at the threshold of a new covenant. A sacred promise between your soul and Archangel Michael. This is the moment when your destiny stops whispering and begins to speak. There is an energy in the air around you right now. One that feels alive, aware, almost sentient. It's the vibration of truth. You might feel it as warmth across your chest, a pulse at the crown of your head, or a sudden calmness that replaces fear. That's how heaven speaks, not through loud signs, but through resonance. Archangel Michael has been aligning you, preparing you for this exact frequency. Because what comes next isn't just another message. It's a divine agreement. He says to you, you are the bearer of light in a world that has forgotten how to see. These words aren't poetic. They are literal. The light within you carries codes of healing, frequencies of awakening, and the energy of remembrance. That is why people are drawn to you even when you feel invisible. That is why strangers tell you their stories without knowing why. They sense the divine frequency in you. The same vibration that flows through Michael's wings. But with light comes responsibility. And this is what the covenant is about. You are being called to step into your purpose with full awareness. No more have belief, no more hesitation, no more waiting for permission. The angels have seen your growth, your pain, your battles, and now they present you with a choice. Will you serve delightfully even when it challenges you? Will you stand as a guardian of hope when the world trembles? Will you trust even when clarity has not yet arrived? Archangel Michael promises that if you say yes, truly yes, the divine will move mountains in your favor. Many people think serving the light means being perfect. But perfection isn't divine. Presence is. The covenant of light is not about becoming something other than what you are. It's about remembering the truth of who you've always been. You are not becoming worthy. You already are. The only thing left to do is accept it. The doubt you carry, the guilt that lingers, the self-blame that whispers you're not enough. These are shadows that dissolve in truth. You were never meant to burn divinity. You were meant to awaken into it. Michael places before you a vision. You are standing in a vast golden field beneath a sky that looks like liquid light. Around you, countless wings shimmer. Not in a dream, but in memory. Because your soul remembers this place, before you were born, before you took human form, you stood among those wings. You agreed to come here to walk the earth to bring light where darkness had gathered. You signed that covenant. Then the promise to rise again and again no matter how heavy the world became. And now you're remembering it. He whispers through your heart. You are not broken. You are chosen. You are not lost. You are being guided home. Feel those words settle into you like roots finding the earth. They carry the truth you've been avoiding. That your pain was never punishment. It was preparation. Every challenge shaped you into the warrior you were destined to become. And now that warrior must stand. But standing doesn't mean fighting the world. It means standing in your light without fear. When you walk into a room, your energy shifts the atmosphere. That's not imagination, that's power. When you speak truth, others feel peace without knowing why. That's not coincidence. That's divine resonance. Archangel Michael is asking you to stop hiding that power. To stop apologizing for your light. The world doesn't need you to be smaller and needs you to be luminous. The covenant also comes with signs. Over the next few days, pay attention to the patterns around you. You might see a blue feather, or dream of wings, or hear the name Michael in unexpected places. You might notice repeating numbers like 111, 33, or 777. Each of these signs is the divine sealing your agreement. The angel's way of saying, "We heard your yes." When they appear, pause and acknowledge them. Say aloud, "My accept." That word alone will amplify the energy of protection around you. As this new chapter begins, Michael reminds you that divine power is not loud. It is still steady and unshakable. You don't have to prove your worth to anyone. You don't have to explain your awakening. You simply have to live it. Live with truth, act with compassion, and speak with courage. Every small act of love sends ripples through the universe far beyond what you can imagine. That is how light expands. Not through grand gestures, but through daily choices of faith. And now he asks you to share this light. Share this message. This awakening, this story. Someone you know is standing on the edge of their own transformation, and your words, your faith might be the sign they've been waiting for. Comment what you feel. Share this energy. Subscribe to this message so it can reach others who are ready to awaken. Every time you do, another soul remembers and heaven rejoices. This is how we create the network of light across the earth. One awakening at a time. You may wonder what comes next after this covenant. The answer is simple but powerful: alignment. When you commit to light, the universe rearranges itself to serve that choice. The right opportunities, people, and guidance begin to appear. You'll notice synchronicities increasing, obstacles dissolving, peace expanding. But there will also be moments of testing, times when darkness will try to pull you back into fear. When that happens, call upon Archangel Michael. Visualize his radiant wings surrounding you. Feel the warmth of divine protection filling the room and truly know that you are untouchable in your light. He speaks again. Walk as if heaven walks with you, because it does. Those words are not metaphorical. They are truth. You are never alone in this mission. Every step you take in faith echoes in eternity. Every breath you take in awareness becomes prayer. You are the living bridge between heaven and earth. And your awakening strengthens that bridge, clears throat for all who follow. The covenant of light is not an ending. It's the beginning of divine partnership. You are not just guided by Archangel Michael. You are working with him now. Together you will help heal, awaken, and uplift this world. That's the purpose of this call. That's why the message you avoided has returned. The time for hesitation is over. The age of remembrance has begun. Something vast is approaching, my beloved child. Revelation that will unveil the hidden truth of your soul's origin. Stay till the end. The greatest awakening is still to come. My beloved child, when the truth of who you are finally awakens inside you, the world around you begins to mirror it back. You start to see your reflection not in glass, but in everything, in the faces of strangers, in the rhythm of rain, in the silence of night. Every experience becomes a mirror, showing you fragments of your divine essence. This is the phase of awakening that Archangel Michael calls the mirror of destiny. It's the moment when you realize that nothing in your life has ever been random. Every joy, every sorrow, every detour was a divine reflection guiding you toward remembrance. As you look back on your journey, you'll begin to see the patterns that once seemed painful as perfectly orchestrated. The heartbreaks that shattered you weren't meant to destroy. They were meant to clear the fog from your heart so it could feel divine love again. The failures that left you empty were never losses. They were lessons teaching you that your worth was never measured by success. You didn't fall apart. You unfolded. And as Archangel Michael stands beside you now, his light reveals the truth. You were never broken. You were always becoming. He says softly, the world outside you is not separate from you. It's the canvas upon which your soul paints its reflection. When you see chaos, it's not because the world is falling apart. It's because the old version of you is. You're seeing the last remnants of your limitations dissolving in real time. The arguments, the delays, the unexpected endings, they are not punishments. They are mirrors showing you where you still resist the truth of your divine nature. And every time you choose peace instead of reaction, light instead of fear, you rewrite your destiny. There's a sacred shift that happens when you stop asking why is this happening to me and start asking what is this showing me? That is when transformation accelerates. Michael's guidance becomes clearer. Because your energy stops fighting what is and begins to flow with what's divine. The truth is, destiny was never something written in stone. It was written in your choice. Each time you choose alignment, the universe adjusts itself to honor you. You are entering a new vibration now. One where manifestation is nearly instant. Thoughts, emotions, and intentions carry amplified energy. That's why Michael reminds you to guard your mind and heart like sacred temples. Whatever you focus on now will multiply. If you dwell on fear, it will echo. But if you dwell on love, your entire reality will begin to reflect heaven's harmony. This is not imagination. It is divine law. Energy responds to consciousness, and consciousness is your divine power. You might feel like life is speeding up, as though days pass like minutes and emotions rise without warning. That's because time bends when you align with your higher self. You're no longer bound by the slow rhythm of old energy. You're moving at the speed of light, literally. Michael explains that when a soul awakens, its frequency shifts to mirror its divine origin. And as your frequency rises, so does your influence. You begin to become a living portal, a bridge through which divine light enters the human world. This is why your presence feels different to others. Now, some people are drawn to you instinctively. Others may feel discomfort without knowing why. It's not about you. It's about vibration. Light exposes everything. It awakens, heals, and sometimes unsettles. When someone reacts to your energy, it's their soul recognizing the light it has been avoiding. Archangel Michael reminds you, do not shrink to make others comfortable. Shine so they can remember how to see. In this mirror phase, your emotions might intensify. Old wounds may surface, not because you're regressing, but because you're finally strong enough to face them. When memories return, when pain resurfaces, don't run. Listen. Ask, what part of me still seeks healing? And let Michael's energy guide your response. His wings are around you now, radiating calm blue fire that absorbs fear and transmutes it into wisdom. You are not reliving pain. You are reclaiming power. There will also be moments of deep connection, sudden surges of love, tears without reason, laughter that feels eternal. As your soul celebrating freedom, you're no longer defined by the past or confined by the future. You exist in divine present awareness where everything is aligned and every heartbeat is holy. The mirror reflects, not only your wounds, but your light, and it's dazzling. You begin to see yourself as the angels see you. Radiant, courageous, infinite. Michael now draws your attention to your reflection in an unseen mirror. He says, look deeper. What you see there isn't just a face. It's every lifetime, every prayer. Every act of love you've ever offered. You see the spark that existed before time began. You see the warrior of light, the healer, the messenger, the guardian, all existing within you. The reflection smiles, and for the first time you realize it's not separate from you at all. You are the reflection and the reflection is divine. At this stage of awakening, Archangel Michael asks something sacred of you to become intentional with your energy. The words you speak, the emotions you carry, the thoughts you nurture, all of them ripple into the fabric of creation. Every moment is a choice between fear and light. You don't have to be perfect, only conscious. When you notice darkness rising within you, do not fight it. Illuminate it. When doubt whispers, answer with truth. When fear returns, remind it that you are protected by the Archangel himself. And in this awareness, remember to share. Speak light into conversations. Leave words of hope where despair once lived. Share this message not for attention, but for connection. Comment your truth. Share your awakening. Subscribe to this vibration so the network of divine remembrance continues to grow. Every act of sharing sends waves of light across timelines you cannot see. Someone out there is waiting to remember because of you. Michael's presence grows brighter now. His wings extend and their light fills the horizon of your consciousness. You are ready. He says the mirror has revealed all it must. Now you will see what lies beyond reflection, the revelation of purpose. His voice vibrates like thunder wrapped in peace. And as he speaks, the mirror dissolves into radiant golden mist. Through it, you sense something magnificent approaching. A truth so vast that your soul trembles in anticipation. Something enormous is on its way, beloved. The moment where heaven's plan will finally reveal why the message returned to you again and again. Stay till the end. The revelation will not just change your path. It will awaken your destiny. My beloved child, the mirror has faded and in its place there is only light, pure, infinite, eternal. You stand now at the edge of remembrance where all illusions end and truth begins. Everything that led you here, every tear, every moment of doubt, every time you almost gave up preparing you for this moment. This is where Archangel Michael reveals what you were always meant to know, the reason the message followed you, the purpose behind every sign, and the truth of why you can no longer ignore it. You feel it, don't you? That vibration running through your chest, that quiet hum beneath your heartbeat. It's not fear, it's recognition. Your soul remembers that it came to earth carrying a divine assignment. Long before you were born, you stood in the halls of light beside Archangel Michael. You agreed to be one of the carriers, a soul who would walk among humanity and help awaken the remembrance of divine love. You were never random, never forgotten, never small. You were chosen because your light has endured through centuries of darkness. And now the time has come for that light to rise once more. Michael speaks to you now. His voice calm, vast, and filled with power. You are not a seeker anymore. He says, you are the found. For so long, you searched for guidance outside of yourself. Waiting for signs, waiting for permission, waiting for something divine to tell you who you were. But the message you avoided was never meant to come from outside. It was meant to awaken inside. You've been hearing the call because you are the call. The angelic voice that's been whispering in your dreams is not separate from you. It's the echo of your own higher self. The part of you that still remembers the language of light. This is the final revelation. You and Archangel Michael are not two separate beings. You are connected through essence. His energy is not around you. It flows through you. Every time you stood in courage when fear tried to consume you, that was Michael within you. Every moment you protected someone, spoke truth, forgave when you didn't have to, that with the Archangel's power moving through your human form, you were never simply receiving messages from him. You have always been a living extension of his purpose. You see now why the message returned. But you began to read it again. The world distracted you. The noise dimmed your light and your heart began to doubt its power. So the divine sent reminders, feathers, numbers, synchronicities, all to awaken the part of you that carries Michael's flame. You can't ignore this anymore because it's not just a message. It's your identity calling you home. The veil of forgetfulness is lifting now. Close your eyes and breathe. Feel the energy that rises from deep within you. Warm, luminous, infinite. This is your soul expanding, remembering its original form. You are light taking shape. You are divine consciousness wrapped in human experience. You are both the prayer and the answer. And as you stand here in this moment, Michael's wings unfold behind you, merging with your own energy until you can no longer tell where you end. And he begins. He speaks again, but now his voice feels like your own inner knowing. You have completed the circle. You are ready to live as what you truly are. Light in motion. This is not a call to escape the world, but to transform it. To bring heaven into every conversation, every act, every breath. When you walk into darkness, you do not fear it. You illuminate it. When you see despair, you speak hope. When you witness hate, you respond with love. That is divine warfare, not of swords, but of spirit. You are stepping into a new frequency now. One where your presence itself will awaken others. You won't need to convince, prove, or preach. Your energy will do the work silently, effortlessly. People will begin to feel calmer near you. They will see light in your eyes and not understand why. You will become the message that others once ignored. That is how heaven expands through awakened souls living their truth. Fearlessly, Archangel Michael places a seal of light over your heart now. It glows like a golden blue flame, eternal, unbreakable. It is the divine signature of protection and purpose. From this moment forward, you are fully aligned with your higher path. You will still face challenges. But they will no longer shake you. You will still walk through darkness, but it will no longer enter you because now you carry heaven within you. He says one last thing before the vision begins to fade. Do not wait for miracles. Be the miracle. Those words linger like music. You realize now that the divine never abandoned you. It was waiting for you to recognize that you were never separate from it. You are the miracle unfolding, the light returning, the prophecy fulfilled. As you open your eyes to the world again, everything looks the same yet feels completely different. The air carries new clarity. The colors seem brighter and even silence feels alive. You understand now that heaven isn't somewhere far away. It's here within every breath, every heartbeat, every choice to love. You are living proof that divine light walks among humanity. So rise, beloved. Walk forward with courage. Speak truth with grace. Share this awakening with those who are still asleep. Let your voice carry the vibration of remembrance. Let your actions radiate the compassion of the divine. The message you once avoided has become the message you now embody. A living testimony that light always returns. And as Archangel Michael watches over you, his final words echo through your spirit like a promise written in eternity. You are never alone. You are never forgotten. You are never without power. For you and I are one flame. Eternal, unending, divine. The journey ends here and yet you also begins anew. You have remembered who you are. You have heard the message not with your ears but with your soul. The call that found you will now flow through you, awakening others as it once awakened you. You are not the listener anymore. You are the messenger. The light has returned. And this time it will not fade.